You will be creating colored pencil candy compositions just in time for Halloween. You will be able to use the grid method to enlarge your candy compositions. You will also mix and blend colored pencils together, practicing gradation, which is the shift in value from light to dark to create a sense of three-dimensional form. This project should take about 5 to 7 periods. The first step is for you to arrange your 4 small wrapped pieces of candy on your 3x4-inch grid down below. It's okay for the candy to get cropped out or to go off the grid. The next step is to very lightly draw tick marks or little dash marks on your large 12x16-inch drawing paper at every 4 inches on all 4 sides of the paper. It's very important that you draw your tick marks on all 4 sides of the paper so that you are sure to make your grid lines straight. After you've drawn your tick marks, then very lightly draw your grid lines and number your paper across the top row and the first column squares. Your small grid that the candy is sitting on and your large grid on the paper should correspond. So the third step after you have made your grid is to very lightly draw the contours of your candies. Remember, dark outlines make objects look flat, and we are going for a 3-dimensional look with these compositions. I want you to look at all the details and shapes of the candies, wrappers, and the letters. Also, draw the highlights, the little areas that the light is reflecting off the shiny wrappers, and the cast shadows that you see under the candies. Step 4, once you're finished very lightly drawing all the contours, you're going to want to erase your grid lines and the numbers from your drawing before you start working with colored pencil. Before I get started, I am picking out the colored pencils that I think I'll want to work with, and I'm sharpening them with a hand sharpener. I am working with a couple of different brands, Crayola and Prismacolor. It doesn't really matter what kind you work with. The important thing is that while working with colored pencils, you keep a scratch piece of paper next to you and practice mixing and blending colors and practice gradation. Pay attention to the different values or the lights and the darks of your candies. Test out your color mixtures and values on a scratch piece of paper before applying it to your final drawing. Be sure to shade the subtle cast shadows that you see that are reflecting on the surface of the table. So here I'm going to lay down some yellow, and then I am wanting to go in and erase some of those pencil marks so that you can barely see them. So I started with a lighter yellow, and now I'm going back in with a darker shade of yellow. And again, I am mixing at least 2 shades of colors throughout my whole drawing. I'm not just pulling one color out of the box and just applying that. I'm practicing mixing and blending colors together and pushing down hard and lifting up my pressure to achieve a range of values. I realize that while working on this project, you are going to be tempted to eat the candy. You must wait, though, until you're finished with the entire drawing before you can eat it. Take your time and go slow, and be sure to refine before you turn it in. Erase all your unwanted smudges and grid lines in the background. After you're done with this project, think about other things that you could draw that are really small and that you could enlarge. Also think about other mediums besides colored pencil that you could work with. Good luck with this project. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody comes up with.